Hello, this is JO83. This is round 15 of AOR this season. We are at Singapore Grand Prix, which is one of the hardest tracks on the calendar, really, and pretty much as usual this season, it's one of those tracks you want to qualify in the middle tire, which seems like every week that's happening. But yeah, so that means I'm only going to be going out on the softs at first, and then the ultra softs towards the end of the session to get my best lap in, because I want to start in the ultra softs, and I'm probably in the top 10. So coming on to the start of my first lap in ultra softs now, I've done a soft banker, which is absolutely awful. My PB, I have very little practice. My PB was like 36 point something. I can't really remember, to be honest. It wasn't very good. It was like 3 seconds or so off the world record or something. But obviously I'm an F4, so that's pretty much standard. Now coming on towards turns 4, and I've cut the corner, shock, and that's starting back invalid. But yeah, this is my best lap in quali then. Coming onto the pit straight, rich mix, overtake mode, and everything. And now you only use hot lap here rest most of the lap because it's not really on straights. Coming out towards turn 1, getting a massive oversteer moment there. Not very quick, but managed to hold it quite nicely. And again on the exit with a bit of oversteer. But yeah, this lap really hasn't got off to a good start. But this is my last chance because I don't really have enough fuel for another lap after this. And there's only a minute left in the session, so I won't have enough time to go back into the pits, obviously. So coming on towards the end of the first sector, it's been okay, apart from that oversteer moment through turn 1 on the exit, and missing the apex a little bit at turn 6, over the curve on exit, braking in the back box on the left, hitting the curve quite hard there. Maybe could have taken a bit of better line and more speed, braking at the black box again, taking that corner pretty nicely. Maybe could have got a bit more apex speed again, but we're up to like 1.2 seconds up on my previous time. This corner was very difficult to nail a braking point for. Could have turned in a bit earlier, and now braking down to normally third gear. I used second on that occasion. Shorter turn on the exit, and out over the bridge and braking where the wall is on the right, and hitting the apex nicely, try and get good traction. Could take a bit more speed through there as well, but it's been a fairly good middle sector. And I'm braking just at 100 meter board. Down to second gear, hitting the curve nicely. Could have taken a little more speed again, but yeah, it's decent. Not too much oversteer exit. Keeping it in 5th gear for the engine braking just at the 450 meter board. Taking these corners nicely. Could have taken a bit more curve on both those corners and braking at the black box again, which is actually green on that occasion. And now 3rd gear under the bridge, under the grandstand, hitting the apex, hitting the curve quite a lot, which has unsettled the back of the car and missed the apex slightly. And again, a little bit off the apex there, up against the wall, and coming around the final 2 corners now. It's been a fairly decent lap, not great, but yeah, not the worst. And going across the line, it's going to be a 37.3, which I think is about 6/10 or 7/10 off my PB, which isn't that bad considering, yeah, I didn't do much practice, and obviously in an 80-minute session, just having the 1 lap at the end is pretty high pressure. But yeah, so I think 8th place, which is not great. Ben's on pole with the championship protagonist, who is getting quite close to the championship, as basically all his rivals have been moved up or left, which is nice for him, I guess. But yeah, I'm 8th. My teammate Fred isn't here this week, shock, and yeah, gonna do a 1 stop onto the soft tyres about lap 11, hopefully, or maybe a bit earlier than that. You can take in a bit of fuel out the car, and now getting ready for the start, trying to not lose wing at turn 1. That would be very bad. And now coming onto the grid for the 5 red lights for the Singapore Grand Prix in AOR F4. And it's lights out and away we go. It looks like a fairly good launch compared to the cars around me. They've second to start. Ludima was a little bit better than me, but I'm going down towards turn 1, keeping it cautious, trying not to get damage, keeping it on the inside. Stubborn Gymnast got a bit of oversteer there, trying to avoid him. Extreme's going around outside, then hit the back of Ludima. I think he didn't get damaged somehow, but I don't know how. He should have got damage really. And now a little bit of oversteer exit, and sorry, Cabbage is up the inside. Actually, it's Badman. I'm very close to the back of Extremes, and there's cars absolutely everywhere. It's trying to avoid cars and not get damaged, but you can see I've lost the place to Extremes off the start, and I've got Badman still up the inside, so I've got leaving space on the inside turn 5, and then trying to spot the breaking point, but I've accidentally broken way too early, and Badman's gone round the outside, and so is sorry, Cabbage is at the inside as well. I've been absolutely mugged off there, to be fair, but Badman got pushed wide. I'm back around the outside, but going to have to leave him in that position for now because can't run side by side really through this section. But yeah, not a very good start at all. We've lost 3 places down to 11th off the start, which is not good, but hopefully I've got a better pace than the few cars ahead of me, and they can start making progress back up. But Batman has gone very wide there, and I'm coming down towards the middle sector, 3rd gear, hopping over that curve quite nicely. That can pretty much unsettle the car if you tyres are cold and stuff. But yeah, coming on the hairpin, and sorry, Cabbage has actually pit manoeuvred Extremes pretty badly there. And yeah, that's 2-3 positions. So 2 of the positions I lost off the start, I've got back now. And now coming on to the end of lap 2, and Badman is still just ahead of me, but we've dropped back a little bit from the next car. I think someone put at the end of lap 1, so I'm down to 8th. And I come around in the final 2 corners pretty close to Badman, who's actually been getting very good lately. Like his pace at the start of the season was pretty poor, but now he's had a few good races lately, and he's getting much better throughout the season, which is always nice to see for you competitors. And now 3rd gear and exit, trying not to get a bit of oversteer. He's gone a bit wide on the exit of turn 3, coming down towards turn 4, braking just before the curb starts. with heavy fuel and everything, and now coming down towards the DRS straight in the slipstream, rich mix and overtake mode. And it got the good slipstream, trying to close up towards the break-in, going to go for it down the inside. Braking just at 100 meter board down to third gear. He gives me a lot of space there, pretty generous, and I think he probably knew that that wasn't really the fight he had to do, because it seemed like he was happy to give me that position quite easily, but I see Stubborn Gymnast just ahead, so we're up into 7th now, which is good progress. So Stubborn Gymnast lost it, and yeah, lost it right in front of me. I probably could have avoided that looking back, but in the moment I was just like, oh no, he's spinning, what do I do? And I didn't do anything and just crashed into him. So fortunately got red wing, and Badman also got wing damage, which is unfortunate for both of us really, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of cars will be having to pit extra times for damage this race, as it's one of the easiest tracks to pick up damage on. But yeah, going to pit on at the end of lap 2 onto the soft, the end of lap 3, sorry, onto soft tyres. Maybe they could go to the end. It'd be quite a challenge, but I reckon they could get quite close to going to the end. So I'll just see how that goes really. Obviously there's not going to be a safety car because they're playing F1 2018. But yeah, the front wing's been changed, 9-second pit stop, which isn't terrible for the Ferrari boys. You're going to stay ahead of Badman and Gymnast, who both also pit close to pit at the end of lap 1 for damage. Is also ahead of me, quite a long way. Who is 2nd in the championship at the minute. I'm 4th in the championship, and Gymnast was actually just a few points ahead of me. So yeah, pretty close battling, and all of us have had issues at the start. But yeah, a lot of oversteer and exit, almost lost it out the pit lane there. Wouldn't have been very good. Still, the cold soft tyres are absolutely awful. Especially at this track where you need a lot of tyre grip. And now going on to lap 5 a few laps later into the stint, I'm breaking it at the black box down to 3rd gear, but I've accidentally hit the wall. Yeah, which is just a simple mistake, completely my own fault, and unfortunately that's going to mean I'm going to have to make another pit stop. But I didn't decide to do it straight away for some reason. I don't know why I didn't do it straight away, but yeah, I tried carrying on for a lap because just see how bad it was, but it was absolutely awful. So yeah, at the end of the next lap, you can see we've lost quite a bit of time to the car behind, who's Badman, who is not too far behind me now, but going to pit a lap later than I should have pitted onto another set of softs. It's actually the softs that I used in quali to do my banker lap on, but they've got barely anywhere because obviously I only did like 1 lap. So yeah, going to pit onto them. This time they should be able to go to the end pretty easily. On lap 7 now. Yeah, changed to the front wing again. That's the 3rd front wing of the race already. And yeah, I'm down to last already, so I'm going to be quite a long way behind the field. But yeah, like I said, a lot of cars should be getting damaged probably, because I don't think many people in this tier do a lot of practice, and that means that a lot of people will be making mistakes like I just did then. So yeah, coming out of the pits, it's a 10th slower than last time's pit stop, which Ferrari need to pick up their game really. And now coming out of the pits, down to 2nd gear, trying not to bottle the pit exit again, and I've done it pretty well that time. I'm getting pretty used to doing the pit exit at this track apparently. And yeah, just onto lap 11 now. Absolutely boring race, but you can see that the Williams in the pits of Ethan, who's lost his front wing apparently. So now going on towards turn 1, breaking on the meter board, trying to get around Ethan, but I don't want to crash because obviously very difficult to be unsighted there. I'm going to do a switchback move though. He's gone wide on his cold softs, and that's going to be a good traction, and taking that position up into 11th place and down into 4th gear down the straight. But obviously he's going to have the fresher tyres, so he might have a chance, but he's a little bit too far back. And obviously, like I said, the cold softs are horrific to drive on, so he shouldn't really have a chance down towards the next corner. And I'm braking very late, pretty much too late there, almost going to run wide off the track. And coming down towards the middle sector, he don't really have a chance now until at least the over the bridge and onto the 2nd DRS straight. That should be my position for now. But coming through the next corner, hit the curb on the inside, get lost a bit of traction, and that's one of the best saves I've ever done. Especially in a race. That's probably the best save I've done in an AOR race, but I'm very happy with that, and that's what's very good about the wheel. But you can see now I'm up to 10th actually, because Stubborn Gymnast is retired. You can see that mini-map just ahead, that Toro Rosso is out of the race, so I'm in the points now. Ethan retired a long time ago. He's a bit of a lightweight really, and now coming down towards the middle sector once again, up into 10th, still quite a long way behind Pit because he's stopped for a 2nd time. But now you can see lap 17, quite a long way into the race, and you can see Iron Weasel and Sorry Cabbages have also pitted. I think they must have had an incident maybe, or just both lost wing at the same time or something, but that's put me up into 8th. But on very old softs, and Iron Weasel is out on fresh ultra softs, he's probably going to close it down pretty quickly. And now, lap 24 now, 7 laps later, I've gone very wide. That is not ideal. Missed the braking point a little bit, but luckily that's one of the bits of the track that actually does have a run-off area. But you can see Iron Weasel is right behind me now, and now breaking down over the bridge and missing the apex slightly, but that's going to line me up for a good exit. You can see Iron Weasel should have the better traction, but he's not for some reason, and he's not really close enough for a move because of that. It's a very short straight as well. Breaking down just as much on your board, 2nd gear, hitting the apex quite nicely there. And yeah, Iron Weasel not really got the straight line speed, it seems like. I don't know if he was running higher wings, but I was running like 8.11, so I don't think he should have been like, I don't know how he wasn't really overtaking me on the straights, but yeah, he wasn't for some reason. So trying not to bottle this section again. Very close to the inside wall there actually, and a lot of oversteer moment through the under the bridge. But yeah, like 25 now. Once again, he's not close enough somehow. I don't really know. Like my traction should be awful on these old softs. But yeah, that's, I turned in a bit too early there. Massively bounced over the curb. That's giving Iron Weasel a chance. He's going to go for it. He is going to go for it. I'm trying to line up a switchback move, and he's gone wide a little bit. So that's a lovely move. And staying in 8th place, Iron Weasel got absolutely mugged off there, if I do say so myself. And yeah, he's back down to 9th in his place. And I've kept that position with a lovely switchback in one of the narrowest parts of the track. And yeah, I'll take that and move on. And you can see down towards the DRS straight again. And he's getting such bad traction. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's just not very good. That's a bit rude. But yeah, maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. And now down to 2nd gear. Pretty much easy, holding that position for now. You can see onto lap 26 now, sorry, and down towards turn 1 as a car on the pits. That's Pickless again, the other Williams, who's made his 3rd stop of the race, I think. So yeah, it's really not going well for him, but I bounced over the inside curve quite a lot there on turn 1, so not the best run. And Iron Weasel is going to have a chance now because he's very close down towards turn 4 and braking just at the curb starts as usual, and now over the exit curve, and he's going to have a very good chance down towards the next corner. I'm in no overtake mode and standard mix because I don't really have enough fuel to run rich, but now he's going to go up the inside into the next corner. I'm going to try and hold it around the outside, braking on the trinity board, leaving a space on the inside, going over the curve and exit, holding that position, try and go defensive into the next corner and braking very late. And yeah, that's my position for now. A little bit of oversteer and exit, but that's nothing to worry about. He's going to go for a switchback move though, around the outside of this corner, but no, he can't do a switchback because he's obviously not as good as me. And now down towards the this section again, a little bit of oversteer, a lot of oversteer actually, and that's given my rear tyres are overheating, I think. So yeah, down to 3rd gear for the next 2 corners, bouncing over the inside curve, and that's going to mean a massive drift into the wall. I don't quite know how I didn't get a puncture there, but Iron Weasel has gone straight past me. And also track extended his way past me as well, so a little bit weird there. But you can see just behind Iron Weasel now, Pickless is on hypersofts, who's massively behind, but those hypers are going to be like 3.5 seconds faster at this point. So yeah, very close to the back of Iron Weasel. This fight isn't over yet, and I've still got a bit of a chance because obviously I've seen his traction's pretty poor, so on the straights I should have a good chance, but I've run a bit wide there myself, and he's got a good exit, so it's probably not going to be a chance down to this corner. But we have to overtake mode and a rich mix, so I'm going to have a chance. We're actually closing a lot in the towards the braking zone, but no, a little bit too far back. Try and get a good run, but he's going to have a lot of traction out the high traction zones with those ultra soft tyres. But then a lap later, he's getting loads of oversteer through the middle sector here, and now we're going to have a chance down towards the try and line up a switchback move down towards the 2nd DRS straight. No, it's not even a DRS straight. I don't know why I've been calling it a DRS straight, to be honest. But now coming down towards the next corner, trying to go for a move very late and extremely massive dive bomb. Don't quite know how I stopped the car there. He must have broken so early, but unfortunately it's not come off. It's still side by side down towards the last sector chicanes, and he's just about had it around the outside. Very close racing, but this has been a really fun battle, to be honest. And after lap, if you told me on lap 3 that I'd have this much fun racing later in the race, I'd have been quite surprised, as I thought it was pretty much I'm going to come last. So yeah, let's just deal with it. And now through the high speed section, not really high speed, low speed section, and now going down towards the final 2 corners. Iron Weasel has a bit of a gap, but you can see Pickless has closed in massively. Like a few laps ago, he was about 6 seconds back, and now he's right behind me. So yeah, he's showing very good pace. And now towards turn 1, Iron Weasel hasn't really used all the track he could have done there, and he's gone a little bit wide on through turn 3 as well. So I've got a little bit of a chance here. We've still got ERS to play with and a bit of fuel. So down towards the next corner, braking just pull the curb on the left, hitting the inside curb quite a lot, not running into the wall luckily, and into overtake mode and rich mix. And his straight on speed we've seen is pretty poor. So coming down towards the end of DRS straight up the inside of Iron Weasel, and that's going to be that move done. Before the braking zone, really, he didn't have a chance, and Pickless also followed me through. So Pickless now up into 8th as well, and he's going to have a chance at overtaking me. Only 2.5 laps to go now. But Pickless is obviously about 3 seconds a lap faster, even though those hypersofts are pretty old now, and hypersofts overheat really quickly. So yeah, he probably will still be faster than me though, as someone is out of the track there. I'm not quite sure what's happened to him, but yeah, I think that was Solly Cabbages. He's also retired. There's only 9 cars left at this point. And now braking towards the bridge, locked up a little bit on the front right and a little bit wide. And Pickless is going to out-traction me into next week and he's around the outside now, down towards the next corner. and overtake mode, putting it down to medium again because to save it through the last sector and braking pretty much as late as I can, but he's absolutely done me with the switchback move there, and he's up the inside into the next section, trying to keep it alongside just to put up a bit of a fight, but unfortunately he's going to have that pretty easily, and picked us up into 7th place. I'm in 8th, and Weasel has dropped back a little bit, so I should be fine really, in terms of holding on to 8th of 9 cars left, which obviously is not where I want it to be, but yeah, you can see onto the end of the second straight, braking normally on the last lap, and yeah, that's gone really well, hasn't it? I've just driven into a wall there, to be honest. You can see for some reason Iron Weasel dropped back loads, but yeah, I still don't know what happened. I broke at a normal point and just didn't slow down and just drove into the wall in the last lap and lost my entire wing. So yeah, good end to the race. That's my 3rd front wing of the race that I've wasted, and just trying to keep it reasonably high speed because obviously Iron Weasel is going to be closing on me pretty quickly, but you can see Pickless absolutely drove off at the end into 7th place, trying not to lose a wheel on the wall there, but Pickless is obviously well ahead of me. Iron Weasel still quite far behind me, but my speed for the last few corners is absolutely horrific, and yeah, coming across the line with no front wing for 8th place, which is pretty good actually. I would take that, especially after like Big Awful for the first stint, first like 2 stints really, because I made a pit stop and then lost my wing again. But yeah, so the best I could have got really was 4th, I think, but the top 3 were in a different league, so yeah, I would definitely take well, I won't take it, it was alright. I'll move on to the next race, so I'm gonna have better races really, but I'm back up to 3rd in the championship because Stubborn Gymnast didn't finish, but obviously there's drivers like Flying Rosie and Adam who are massively quick, who are probably going to catch me and overtake me for the 3rd place, to be honest. But I want to beat Stubborn Gymnast, and I want to have a chance of beating Pickless. I don't think that's really going to happen, but yeah, you can see my fastest lap was actually lap 2, so it really shows how much pace the soft tyres had. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. This has been JY83, and I will see you next time.